first app purchase. Happy shopping.
The G by Giuliana woman is a woman who is a true fashionista. We firmly believe that every woman deserves to feel confident, beautiful, and comfortable. High-end fashion for the everyday woman.
Well, hi, everyone. A very happy Father's Day and a happy, blessed, heavenly Father's Day to my pop as well. And hope you're enjoying your day. We have been talking today about EcoFlow, and I'm going to say, in all my years, and I'm your host, Lynn Murphy, I would say this is the most important investment that anyone could truly make for yourself, for your family, and your loved ones, and that is EcoFlow. Happens to be our very best value of the day. Take a look. Well, it's our very best value of the day, and the reason I made that statement at the very beginning of the hour, this is a peace of mind, and you can't put a price tag on that. What are you looking at? This is complete portability of power, and that can be any type of power. Also, of course, powered by the sun, or you can plug it in. It is complete portability. It can be used inside, it can be used outside, and we are offering a special today like we have never done before. More inputs, so you can go ahead and charge just about anything you possibly could imagine, from your phone to your refrigerator to your lamp to you name it. We'll go through all of that with you. It truly, wherever you may be. It is not a replacement for a generator, but boy, oh boy, there is a reason why truly millions have been sold, because of the versatility, because of the fact that you don't need any gas, you don't need any propane, you don't have to go outside and place it, you know, a certain foot away from your home, or if you're even allowed to have a generator, or even can have the generator on at a certain time, depending on where you live. So this is that complete peace of mind. It's EcoFlow, and it's our best value of the day. It's what we call the Goldilocks size. It is the perfect size. It's 28 inches, 28 pounds, pardon me. So it's not that heavy. We're gonna talk about all the amazing benefits, but here's what we're offering today. You can get the Delta 3, the EcoFlow Power Station on its own today, where normally it's $729. We're offering it today for $519.99. We also are featuring 5 monthly flex payments, so you can break up your payments over the next 5 months. That's gonna be around $112. The other offer, which has been our most popular, is the bundle. So you'll receive the Delta 3 EcoFlow. You're gonna receive an additional solar panel, and for the first time, you're also gonna receive the portable cart that comes along with it that you can use a million different things. Of course, obviously, great for when you're camping or you're going tailgating or whatever it might be, and you wanna bring power with you. That alone, just the cart, is $165. Just to give you an idea of how amazing this today's special is. So for the full bundle, you can get that for $619. The other thing I really want to stress here is the free shipping and handling. That's a big, big deal. In fact, normally it would be about $45 to ship this. If you have the HSN charge card, and this is where it really does make a huge difference and it comes into play, we offer on the single unit, 12 months VIP, no interest, no payments. On the bundle, the bundle is gonna be less than $35, and that will have 18 months. No interest, no payment, just pay it off every single month, and that's under $40. And I said this, and I'm gonna say it over and over again, you can't put a price tag on peace of mind. We're gonna bring in one of our fabulous, our EcoFlow expert, one of our amazing electronic experts here at HSN as well. We have Justin Hyatt. Where are you, Justin?
They've sent me to the kitchen.
Oh.
Just
I'm like looking around, I'm like, I don't see Justin. Well, you're in the kitchen. We are so excited about this today's special. What an opportunity. One of the #1, again, most powerful. We love it. They just innovation after innovation after innovation. So what are you doing in the kitchen, Justin?
What am I doing in the kitchen? I'm cooking some stuff up. Well, not necessarily, but I could. I mean, that's the biggest idea here is that, you know, as Lynn was just talking about, you know, generators and power stations. And I want you to think, would you take a generator right now and put it on your kitchen island? Would you physically be able to? You can't now, of course, bring a generator even inside your home. It's got to be 20 feet away. Over the years, now 7 years, we're celebrating 7 years here with EcoFlow, launched EcoFlow here at HSN. And over that time, we have become the #1 go-to power station brand here at HSN, the #1 power station brand in the United States. And now we are not only in the United States, we are global in over 140 different countries with nearly 5 million customers. You know why? Because just like you, everybody in the whole entire world needs the same thing, power. We're all reliant on it. And whether we, of course, prioritize food and water for moments like this, we need to be ready and prepared for moments like this. And how do we get prepared? How nice would it be to just say, all I need to do is hit one button right now to turn on that light, to turn on that fan, to turn on my microwave. And then walk with me really quickly. Let's keep these lights down because I want you to see this. Lynn, another reason why I'm in the kitchen is because let's think about all the big appliances that we might have, right? The big appliances is gonna be what? It's gonna be our full-size refrigerator. It's gonna be our microwave. It's gonna be an air fryer. So keep an eye on that full-size refrigerator. In 2 seconds now, I've got my light, my microwave, and now I have my full-size refrigerator running. That's medicine, that is food, that is essentials, that is sustenance. That's the things that we truly need. But food and water needs power now, just as we do. And now you have something that is the true Goldilocks, as you were just saying, Lynn. When we have different sizes, it's great because we give you different options. You know what this size is? It represents the best of both worlds. It's got the portability and it's got the power. And right now you were just seeing that display. It's showing you the light. It's showing you the refrigerator. And then I want you to see this. I didn't just plug in the microwave. I'm gonna actually run the microwave. And now I want you to stop for 1 second and think about how you would do what I'm about to do right now inside your home without a gas or propane generator. This will run 99% of your home appliances. 99% of your home appliances with something that weighs less than 28 pounds. We build exclusive bundles that you see, which is why, Lynn, it's the first time we've ever done that wagon. I love the wagon. It just makes, you know, we talk about portability. It is now not only more portable, you're gonna end up using that wagon probably more than you're even using the power station. But portability is necessity and it's versatility. So now a microwave in the kitchen and then using it anywhere inside the home, but then taking it outside the home, Lynn, and using it in all the multitude of different ways that we read about over the years for tailgating, for taking the air fryer, to take the induction burner out, and then, of course, in the emergencies. I always say this, it's not a break glass in case of an emergency investment because it doesn't have to be an emergency. It could be the fun stuff. That's why you invest in this, and that's why you're gonna get more out of this than you ever will if you just simply thought about investing, Lynn, into a gas generator.
Absolutely, and that's why I said, Justin, and I honestly mean this, when I said, I opened up the show and said, I really, truly believe this is the best investment that you can make. And that, or if it's a gift for someone or whomever it may be, you know, we often talk about you get power outages, or of course we live here in Florida. We're known, we're just coming into hurricane season. We went through a horrific hurricane season last year. This is a true godsend. It's not even so much when you have to evacuate and you have to get out, it's when you come back home and there is no power. And the only thing you want to do is come back home and stay in your home. And this enables you to have that capability. It enables you to have a cup of coffee in the morning. It enables you, if you're on a CPAC and it requires you to, you know, at night, to absolutely plug it in. This is going to be there for you. If you're on oxygen, same thing. It's life-threatening. We were mentioning, you know, just refrigeration. If you have medicines that need to be refrigerated, this is your go-to. It's your peace of mind, and you can't put a price tag on that. And you're right, Justin was saying the wagon, because this is only 30. And we do all different sizes. A lot of them aren't as portable as this one, but we're gonna show you that wagon alone, and this is like the big deal wagon. This is like made incredibly well. It's $165 on its own. We're not, obviously we wanna get you something that EcoFlow represents and something that's sturdy and durable and that you're confident with.
Look, EcoFlow doesn't just throw their name on anything. They make this, and their engineers not only design their power stations and their solar panels, they design all of the accessories that go along with it. Just to tell you, like, it's not like they just find a different place and then just throw their name on it. This wagon itself, you are going to be blown away with it. We're showing you the solar panel right now, but when you even just consider the wagon, not only just for portability, but now just having that peace of mind saying, let's just throw the power station inside of here. It also comes with this really nice case, so once you fold it up, and let me show you, Lynn, right here's a little tab. Lynn, we would do a presentation on just this.
Oh,
We have, and we do, and we do.
We sold hundreds of thousands.
This is a $160 cart of, you know, that you're going to be able to just get included in that bundle. It folds up, you have the case, it even comes with like the little bungees, and then on the very front here, you even have little cup holders, and I don't know if you guys can see this, the wheels are actually not just regular kind of plastic tread, they're actually rubber on the outside too. And the other really cool thing is you do have a nice spring right here with your handle, so it always just goes right back. Super well made.
Yeah.
You said it. We don't just do things kind of, you know, 50%. It's like 150% when it comes to even just the wagon.
And look, it just standing there, you could be pulling that through, going camping, it could be a rugged area, you're going tailgating, whatever, boating, whatever it might be. This is where that portability really comes into play. I want to go ahead and when Justin comes over, we're going to talk about everything is included. When you get this out of the box, what do I do? Maybe I'm new to this whole concept. I love this, you know, knowing I got this peace of mind that I can charge my phone, I can, you know, have light when I need it, I can actually cook, I can make a cup of coffee even when there's no power. So for those out there, and we're talking about the solar, that's part of the bundle, but when I get this home, even if I'm just buying the unit by itself, right, it's gonna come along with the AC charging cord, your car charging cord, everything that we need, right, to power this up, correct?
Literally everything you need, and that's when, you know, the majority of you, when you're picking up the power station, you obviously, I think, lean more towards, and as we see, getting it with the bundle. Why? I'm getting my power station, of course. I'm getting my solar panel. So now I've got renewable and independent power so that I can recharge this even when we're, of course, still out of power the next day, and then the next day. And that will happen. We've had it happen to us not that long ago. It doesn't feel that long ago that hurricane season was just last year. Now it's back again. And then the wagon. You know, then when you just kind of add up the value for these moments right here where it is a matter of if and when, and then what do you do? What's your plan? We always talk about it, and I always think about it with Andrew Lessman. He always talks about the PSA of just always thinking. We talk about it now because it is hurricane season here. Now, what does that mean? It also coincides with just emergency preparedness. Just starting to, you know, start to think about what are we going to do? Do we have a generator? Can we own a generator? If we can't own a generator, what can we own? That's what has made EcoFlow so popular, is because for anybody who's ever thought, I'd like to have a generator, but I'm just a little worried, I'm a little scared, or I physically can't use it, or if I don't live in a regular home, for instance, when I say regular, like an apartment or condo, then how I can't use a generator. So this has been able to give everybody that source of independence and power, and then you do get all the cables. You get the solar panel cable, you get the AC charging cable, and we talk about options not only for our power stations, but options to even charge it. So now we can use it from the solar, we can use it from a generator if we do have a generator, we can use it from recharging it by the wall, and even by plugging it in. We used to say 0 to 80% in like a little over an hour.
Isn't that amazing?
You know what we say now? 0 to 80% in 30 minutes.
Really? So all you need is really 30 minutes of plug it in and you're ready to go.
100% in 56 minutes. Your phone, I feel like, doesn't even charge that quick.
You're absolutely right. And that's why we also offer the additional solar panels. A lot of people, and they do coordinate if you do already have another, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you already have one, we have additionals that are available and they're at a great sale price today. It's that EcoFlow kind of day, obviously anchored with our very best value. Boy, has this been popular. And going back and, you know, maybe thinking, oh, you know what, a lot of us just, it's like when the time happened, it's like, why didn't I make that purchase, right? You use this one time. And that could be a power outage. That could be, maybe you live in an area of tornadoes. We just heard about so many different areas that get hit by tornadoes, earthquakes, again, winter storms. You know, hurricanes are not just here in Florida. That's what's so funny, you know. I remember when they went all the way up to the Northeast, you know, and Texas, and you name it, right? So, yes, it's about being prepared, but this is something that we hear, Justin, all the time. We don't just use it in emergencies. This becomes your true, like, this is your portable power whenever you need it. Even if you just need more power in the kitchen, you're running on different, you know, all your appliances, it's ideal. Because you can set it right on your counter like you showed us.
Yeah, it's the necessities of life. Like being able to just simply bring power to where you need it. There's going to be possibly places in your home, like in a garage or in a shed or in one of those little kind of, you know, we have Florida rooms. It might be an older home where there aren't outlets, or could be in the kitchen. You know what's really interesting about our Delta 3 is that it's actually one of the most durable power stations that we've ever offered as well. It's got an IP65 rating, meaning that you can actually, it can be splashed, it can with water and or oil. I mean, when you start to think about this is something as an investment, talking about the battery technology, but the casing itself is also built to be extremely durable too. And then portability of just being able to have the power where we want it, because it's still a little less than 30 pounds. And remember, you can just leave it in your wagon. But if we played the this and that game, right, if you had your power station, I'm just gonna grab mine that's right here. I wanna just put it by the generator because I just wanna have a visual. Do you know how heavy this generator is? I do, because I have to move it all the time. And you know why it doesn't leave this studio? Because it's too heavy. I had to actually have a 1,000-pound lift gate because I couldn't get it up into my car to then get it into, you know, and then get it over here. It stayed here. But that's exactly what happened to it when we had our recent hurricane. Yeah. I had 3 feet of water in my garage. The generator was under 3 feet of water. I wasn't able to carry this up the stairs into the house. You know where I was? In the house. Do you know where my EcoFlow was? In the house. And then you imagine, okay, now it's 100-mile-per-hour winds, it's raining or it's snowing and you've got 2 feet, 3 feet of snow, as if you've lived in Buffalo and anywhere that's cold. You know, okay, so now I have a generator out there. If it's a blizzard, if it's freezing, now I get to stay in the comfort of my home using this. And again, just from pure aesthetics, which one would you pick? Something that's new, something that has literally changed a game of portable power, like a disruptor sort, right? Where we have something that has now given us that option. Whereas with this one, you're gonna need gas, you're gonna need oil, you're gonna need to go out and make sure that there's even gas that's around.
That's available.
We've been doing this for a long time, just as Floridians, right? Not even just sitting here thinking about presenting EcoFlow. I'm born and raised, I went through Hurricane Andrew down in Miami when I was younger. Gas is the first thing that goes, and then when gas goes, it's not like the grocery store opens back up. And you need to be thinking about, well, how am I gonna be able to continue to charge, you know, run my refrigerator? This is not for everybody, whereas this is, and now you have the wheels and you have that accessibility and portability now with the wagon. And remember, this is that Goldilocks size, meaning in its size, there is no other power station right now when it comes to the latest in Delta 3 that will power 99% of my home appliances that's under 30 pounds. We have the River line that we actually just completely sold out of. We had our River 3 that we did not too long ago, but that did about 80%. We have some that will do 90%. When it comes to powering 99% of your home appliances, your Delta 3 is gonna be your top option. And then you think about all the different things in your household that you're gonna power up. And it's the simple things. I'd like to have internet. I don't want to be sitting here with no internet. I want communication. I want entertainment. It's the TV. It's the CPAP machine. It's, of course, my refrigerator. Why? Because I just spent $300 on groceries. Or it's that deep freezer that's in the back of the house. It could be all these different appliances that you see, and then think about how long you can run these for as well. That's what we love, because the possibilities are endless, and we hear so many ideas. I've heard a pilot light for one of the water heaters, sump pumps. It's endless for how many different ways you'll use it. You will not think, let's use my generator for all of those different things. Yeah. You will say, let's use our EcoFlow for that.
Oh, 100%. And we hear it over and over again. That's why millions have been sold. This is our 7th anniversary. And just to your point, Justin, this is value-wise, and you can see what our HSN price, and you're saving well over $100. We love that we can offer the flex pay options. So important that we have free shipping and handling. Just to give you an idea, if you're getting the bundle, they're gonna come in individual boxes. Your solar panel's gonna become individually from your EcoFlow, from your Delta 3. It's gonna become separately in the wagon that comes along with it. So we're looking at up to $45 normally to ship. So that's another thing I really wanna stress. Yes, we do amazing specials, but today's special from EcoFlow is when everybody jumps on board, because I can promise you, and you can go online, this is the lowest price you're gonna find on the market, and that's hands down. We love this partnership. We love this peace of mind that you have at any time. And that is why it's always been, you know, once you have this, you have, you know, the solar panels, you can get the additional ones. You can have up to days of power, correct? If we get the additional solar panels as well?
Absolutely. I always recommend, especially when we're doing a Today's Special,
Yeah.
the value that you get, and we see a lot of people doing this, where I think even when we first launched, Lynn, about a quarter of the customers were picking up that extra battery as well that we have available, because with the money that you're saving, you go ahead and you can get an extra tank of gas, essentially, with that extra battery. But then, with your solar panels, why do you want more solar? You charge your power station faster, the more solar you have available. And then, when you're even running your appliances as well, now you can be using literally the sun to power everything, because now it's a solar generator, meaning, even if we're just looking at the lights and fans, and we've got the solar panel out, well, that means the sun is passing through that power, converting it into energy, passing it through our power station to anything we have plugged in. So that's for our lights, and that's for our fans, and that's for our phones, and for our TV or a refrigerator all throughout the day. So definitely, if you can get additional solar panels, we start you off with 160 watt, but definitely look at that extra battery as well.
For sure. Okay, tell us about all the inputs that we have on here.
Yeah, so again, I want to just start from the literally very top. You see this little button right here? I'm just going to hold it down, and you'll see that display turn on. That's all you got to do. So you think about just how quickly you can now finally access power as well. Right here, of course, is that display. We'll talk about that in just a second when I start plugging everything in. I want you to notice 1, 2, 3 two-prong AC outlets. We do have the three-prong AC outlets. You guys are showing right now the USB-C and that USB-A because, yeah, we still have our phones and our tablets and our laptops and our MacBooks and all the different things that we have for entertainment and for internet and for communication. So I really like that. I'm just going to flip this around so you guys can see the very back where the additional ports are. Lynn, you talk about just kind of, the over-engineering. It's done right.
Yeah.
See this little, where this little, we'll call this little case cover right here. You know what's nice about this? It even collapses all the way in.
Wow.
How nice is
They do
that?
think of everything.
Just another added little touch, right? This orange port right here is where we will actually be recharging it via our solar, and not only solar, but also from our DC adapter. So if you're going on a road trip, plug it in while you're driving, and it'll be able to recharge that way. So then, of course, even with your solar. And then you can make a solar array. So what does that mean? When you get additional solar panels, you connect them together, positive to negative, and there's plenty of different ways that we can talk about that. But then you can go ahead and connect it right here with one port and recharge it. We just brought over the extra battery. This is one of my favorite things, and we've seen a lot of you picking this up, and these are limited. This extra battery right here is the first time that we are offering, especially in the size that we have, and I'll move this over here so you guys can see it a little bit, where it is about 30% lighter than the extra batteries that we've done in the past. It doesn't just sit next to your power station. And actually, Sam, I'm gonna bring it over here. I wanna put it on top. I want you to see, it stacks.
Oh, genius.
And this right here, this doesn't have the inverter, your power station does. So now, all I need is this extra battery, and instead of doubling the cost, I'm doubling the time. So a lot of people say, well, the ecosystem you talk about, I can have an extra battery, and instead of, let's just say, 24 hours for a refrigerator, I've got 48 hours.
Oh, so
instead
smart.
of maybe just, 2 nights or 16 hours for my CPAP machine, now I've got, double that, 32 hours, right? So just the idea there is double the time, not double the cost. And we can actually go all the way up to triple and quadruple the time, because instead of maybe even the Delta 3 extra battery, you can get some of our Delta Pro 3. I know it's a lot and convoluted, but it's nice to know that you have the option to do that.
It's that peace of mind again.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's about $100 off today. It'll also qualify with no interest, no payments with your HSN charge card. I think it breaks down to, 12 months. Less than $38. It's worth the investment.
It is.
If you already have, again, an EcoFlow, it will work with it, correct?
I'll tell you,
Or just the Delta 3.
With the Delta 3, but I will tell you, look, that's how I use it at home. Anytime, absolutely. Anytime we're getting prepared for whether we're going camping, or we're taking the camper out, the RV, or whether it's the hurricane, I'm not only recharging my power station, recharging all of my extra batteries.
That's smart.
Because although we've got solar, it's a lot quicker for me to grab that extra battery for moments like this. Now, we showed you the outlets. I want to just show you again quickly, and I'm just going to flip this around, Lynn.
Okay.
This is where all the outlets are on the very front, but then, okay, let's think about a fan, right? We've got that AC on right here. I'm just gonna plug that in, and then in 2 seconds, we're gonna have a fan running. We're not running over to the gas station. We're not running over to the garage. We're not having to be outside. We're just simply staying in that place where it's safe. And then literally 2 seconds, we have the things that are just the comfort things, lights and a fan.
And that'll tell us exactly how long our battery life is as well. Can we talk about that? Just so if you're, preparing, like, okay, I'm gonna run my fan, I'm gonna run it all night, it's gonna let me know.
Well, again, if we did that and plugged it into a generator, you'd be like, I have no idea.
Right, exactly.
Right, you've got a fuel tank that'll be like, it'll be analog, right? So it'll be like a half a tank. I have no idea how long it will. So when we're looking at this now, I want you to see we've got our percentage right here that's 99. Then right here, you might have to zoom in a little bit more, but that's going to represent the amount of time that we will actually be able to run the light in the fan. Now the wattage right here that you'll notice, that 41, that represents the amount of wattage that's getting pulled from our light and fan. And then we also have right here the wattage that would be our wattage in. So you can see how much wattage is going in, you can see how much wattage is going out. It'll actually calculate the math right there and say how much percentage we have, and then create it into an actual time. So we're saying about 17.5 hours, 17.3 hours that we'll be able to run this light in the fan. And remember, then we could just double that if we wanted to with the extra battery.
Or another panel. And with the bundle, the panel, if you have, that's, right?
Well, you're actually making another really good point. So why do we want to see the wattage in?
Yeah.
Because if we do have the solar, so imagine we're now out tailgating or camping, wherever we might be. Look, it could just be the front porch, it could be the backyard.
Right.
But now, if we've got about 41 watts, if I have got a couple solar panels, that means I'm running the light and the fan off of the sun, not taking and depleting the power from my power station.
Okay,
right? That's
gotcha.
the advantage of having the solar panels.
Yes.
It's because they're not just there to simply recharge the power station.
Gotcha.
They're also there to then continue to power whatever you got plugged in.
Smart.
So during the day, we can now stretch out the time that we were able to run all of those, because now it's the sun. It's going to be powering all of that.
So you're saving in the long run as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the smartest, ingenious portability of power and easiest. This is one of our most lightweight, but yet without giving up the power. You said, and we'll remind you of that, up to 99 individual household items, correct?
So 99%. Yeah, and we're going to come over here, Lynn, if you want to come over here with me. Because, talking about 99%, what falls in that category of the 99%, right? Which is, it's the CPAP machine, right? So if we've got our CPAP machine and we're in the bedroom, it's the type of medical devices that we need. It's the heating blanket. It's the things like, all right, you need to go and you have a show to get to, and you need to get your hair done, and we need to get to work, or we have a little lunch date that we're going to be going and meeting up with the friends. Now using a blow dryer or a curling iron. It's high wattage appliances. That's one of the things that we talk about just technology and the evolution is the fact that we can do these high wattage stuff. It is the blender. The kids are like, all right, Mom, what's for breakfast? Well, honey, we don't have power. No, you do. Now you've got power. Now you can be able to plug in all of those different things. Blender for the smoothies, or making, maybe it's how many different Ninja appliances. We just have that ice cream maker. Take the ice cream maker with you wherever you might go, and then make ice cream out at the park. The idea here is being able to do things that you haven't even considered without having to worry about a loud, stinky generator.
Exactly.
So CPAP machine, I'm just going to plug this in really quickly. And again, this is something that so many people are not affected by, but people need, especially depending. Absolutely.
My brother, my mother, everyone in my family.
Really? Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing how many people do use CPAP machines. Sleep apnea is one of those things that you do. Of course, you get your test. You get tested for it, of course, and then they recommend a CPAP machine. These aren't cheap. No. These are $700, $800 and more for a CPAP machine. So you've invested in a medical device because you need it. And then what happens when you don't have power? You need to have power for your medical devices. You need to have power for your medicine, whether it's probiotics or, as for my sister, it's the insulin. The insulin needs to stay cool. So now we've got a CPAP machine, but what I want you to notice is, talk about noise. You can't even hear, can't hear it.
I hear the CPAP.
You hear the CPAP machine.
I don't hear anything.
But you don't hear the EcoFlow.
Right. Yeah, unlike a generator, as we were mentioning, it could be, first off, I'm so afraid of them. I'm so afraid. I mean, I know they're great and they have it. If you're able to have one, that's wonderful. A lot of people who have generators also get the EcoFlow because of the portability, right? So you can also run your, your EcoFlow off your generator if you, need to power it on that. Anyway, case in point is, this is like, It's that peace of mind. I can't stress enough, Justin, for everyone out there, especially what we went through. And as a host, I ordered one of the original ones, you know, when we went through a horrible hurricane season last year.
Yeah.
And I would tell you, every single host has their own personal testimonial
Absolutely.
on our EcoFlow. Because it's like I said, we had to evacuate, but it's when you come back, you know, and that's when, you know, unfortunately you had 3 feet of water in your garage and, you know, your generator could be there and it's like, oh my goodness, it was underwater. Here's the beauty. You can take your EcoFlow with you. You can take it with you, and then when you get home, even though you may not have power, that's okay, right? Or power up your refrigerator.
Talking just about stories that we hear here, where how many times do we see people evacuate from, you know, in our area, people that we know, you know, HSN family members that then go to the East Coast.
Right.
And you know where the hurricane goes? Follows them right over to the East Coast. And so what have they been doing?
They're very unpredictable.
Right? You just never know. So they've been bringing their EcoFlow with them just in case.
Yeah.
We were out of power for 2.5 weeks at my house. 2.5 weeks. Of course, we had our EcoFlows, thank God. But I can't imagine for everybody who didn't. And I can tell you what happened with my neighbor. He had his generator. What was he running all day and all night? His generator. He's like, Justin, I cannot continue to run my generator. What did I do? I gave him an EcoFlow and an extra battery. So he used that generator during the day, recharged the power stations and the extra battery, then conserved his gas, and then used the EcoFlow all day, all night long. And then when he needed to recharge it, he used that. So we love the options of, yes, we love solar because eventually at some point in time, gas isn't available, which is what happened. And we needed to go refill those gas cans, and we went to the gas station, and I went with him. 3.5 hours completely locked down because people were coming from all different directions. Cops had to come and try to, you know, help the flow of traffic. It's miserable because everybody is trying to do what they need to do to take care of themselves. This is that time while we do it at the beginning of hurricane season because get prepared now. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. And I think when you get prepared and you're not reactionary and you're proactive, that's what keeps you out of those types of situations.
Of course. And that is what we hear over and over. Absolutely the best stories. I know we have a clock up on the screen.
Yeah.
We are very busy.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to go online. I want you to look at EcoFlow Delta 3 Power Station. We mentioned we have the absolute best value that you're going to find anywhere. And that is what today's special is all about. It's also HSN. So you don't have to pay it all off at once. We accept just about every major credit card, debit card, whatever you may have, Apple Pay, however you're set up. And it's gonna be like a little over $100. Either one, which one you get. Obviously the bundle's been our biggest, our top seller on the day today because you get the wagon, you get the additional solar panel, and of course you get all the, you know, all the chargers that you need and the system, the Delta 3. That too is just about $125. So, or the VIP, no interest, no payments with your HSN charge card. That would be 12 months, or you can take advantage of the 18 months if you're getting the entire bundle. And I think that's around, under $35. You can't put a price tag on this peace of mind.
No.
And everyone a customer pick. How many have we sold in 7 years? I'm just curious because you said we launched here, right?
Well, I can tell you just from our River 3 this past month, we sold over nearly 6,000 of them just this month. We will sell just about every single unit that we have of the Delta 3, which I believe we've got roughly about close to the same, about 5,000 to 6,000 units of those. Just to give you an idea, just from this month, over the 7 years, I mean, and you think about all the different sizes that we have available, I mean, I would venture to guess probably close to 100,000. I mean, easily.
And it just gets better and better and better. It's amazing.
And that's it. And that's one of the things that we like to talk about is, okay, explain this to me, Lynn. We've been doing this for a long time. Things don't get better and the price doesn't go down.
Right.
That doesn't happen that way. Cars don't all of a sudden get better and then they're more affordable. And trust me, I just went and got a new car. I didn't want to, but I had to. That's not how it works, but it does. That's how it works with EcoFlow. Our technology's gotten better. We'll talk about the battery system and about, you know, when we come back, because the batteries have gotten better, they last longer, they charge faster, they're lighter weight, they're more powerful, they're literally every single thing that you would possibly want when you're getting new, but they're more affordable than they've ever been before. And again, when we think of investments and insurance policies, you get an insurance policy, whether it's health insurance, home insurance, car insurance, and we wait, unfortunately, to use it for bad things. When you invest in this, you're not sitting there and waiting for only an emergency. You get a generator, you think, oh, I've got it, just so when we lose power. You get an EcoFlow for all of the other things in between, the camping, the glamping, the front porch, the projector in the backyard, going to the pool, going to your community pool with your wagon, all of the things in between, and then you've got it for the emergencies. So you're gonna get more out of this investment than you would with a generator.
How cool is that? You wanna go out to the pool, but your favorite ball game's on.
Bring your TV.
Get a little TV.
Bring a television.
Right.
Bring a fan.
Exactly.
Literally do all of that.
I mean, can you imagine?
Yes, I've done it.
Well, exactly. And now you can do that because it's under 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, it is our best value of the day. And you know, I mentioned earlier, it's the peace of mind that you have knowing that you have something that's going to give you power and a real powerhouse. Like we said, 99% of the accessories in your home, this is going to have the capability to help you with. And it only gets better with the additional panels, the solar panels. If you can do the battery, we have a great $100 savings on that today, the additional battery. So much more to talk with you. I hope you can stay with us because we are talking EcoFlow, our best value today, and we don't want you to be caught in a situation like this with no power.
Hey there. Let's chat about getting some of the best deals on the things you love. Because when you're an HSN card VIP, the perks are all yours. And who doesn't love extra perks? Like 12 to 18-month VIP financing on select items, plus extra flex on items that you love all day, every day. And HSN card VIPs enjoy extra perks. Oh, if you apply today and if approved, you could get $15 off your order. So, are you ready to jump in? Give them a ring or visit hsn.com.
Be the first to know when your favorite brands and celebrities will be on HSN. Sign up for When to Watch emails and we'll let you know when they'll be live on air. Simply go to your HSN account to update your communication preferences and select your favorite brands. Or sign up directly at the bottom of a product page. You'll receive email notification every time your favorite brands will be live on HSN. Customize your shopping experience with When to Watch emails today.
The stars have aligned on QVC Plus and HSN Plus for season 2 of my late night talk show, Busy This Week, hosted by me, Busy Phillips. Tune in every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern for a new episode as we get down to earth with some of today's most shining stars and shop fab finds from QVC that you won't believe. Busy This Week, Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, or watch on demand on QVC Plus and HSN Plus. Download the free TV app or visit QVCplus.com to start streaming now.
Sunday. I'm your host, Lynn Murphy, and we're talking about our very best value of the day, celebrating 7 years of this wonderful partnership with EcoFlow and HSN. And we wanted to bring to you the true powerhouse that can power up to 99% of your home, whatever it may be, accessories in your home, electronics. In fact, that it's under 30 pounds. So you have the power, you don't have the weight. We have a special configuration, a very special bundle today where you're getting the Delta 3. We're gonna include an EcoFlow solar panel, and we're including the wagon at $619. We mentioned earlier, just the wagon alone is $165. And normally in the bundle, it would be $899. So basically a $900 special that we're offering at $619. We're also offering 5 flex payments. We're also offering no interest, no payments with your VIP HSN charge card for 18 months. We said that is going to be around $30 or so over the next 18 months. And then you're making an investment that you're going to have for years and years to come. So much so that EcoFlow will stand behind every single purchase that you make with a 5-year warranty on top of that. It is engineered truly to perfection. It has been a very busy day, and I said this earlier, and I truly mean this. It is one of the absolute, if not one of the best purchases and investments that you are gonna make with us here at HSN, just for that peace of mind, or for someone that you love, or for everyone in your family, knowing that, you know what, if there is a situation where everybody is stressed, obviously if you lose electric or there's storms coming in, it just creates ultimate stress. it's just nice knowing that you have something there that is needed, that you have that comfort of light, of maybe an air from the fan. You have your power that you can go ahead and stay in contact and communication with being able to power up your phone or your iPad or whatever, your laptop, whatever it may be. Okay, I know, Justin, I know where you are now, but you know, typically, if you had a generator, you wouldn't be able to take that power generator and put it in your kitchen counter.
Well, well, how long it would have taken me to drag that generator from in that studio over to here. It's going to clip the back of my heel. It's done it a million times over. I'm not lifting that generator and putting it on top of my kitchen island, let alone bringing a generator even anywhere near inside my home, unless I'm putting it in the garage to store it. This is that power that you get to have anywhere for anything. This is the freedom of convenience and accessibility and the variety of different ways that you get to use it. But ultimately, it's the simplicity. It's the safety and simplicity of knowing that I can use it indoors, that I will use it indoors, that I can actually use it and put it on a kitchen island and use it in my kitchen for all of the different kitchen appliances. You know, Lynn just mentioned it, 99% of the things that you have in your household can be powered by this EcoFlow. That is unbelievable when you consider the generator that I've got in in our other studio is what? About 100 pounds that needs gas, that needs fuel, that needs to be 20 feet away from your home. And I want you to look at the list of the things that we're showing you. How else would you charge all of these things? How else would you run all of these different appliances? How are you going to be able to power your phones and your lights and your fans and your computers and your television? How about your portable air conditioning units? We just had one of those Hunter, not only air purifiers, but air conditioning units, 10,000 BTU. We can run that, so keep ourselves cool. What about a heating blanket? So here's what I want to show you. Talk about simplicity and safety. One button. That's it. It couldn't be easier. I'm just going to go ahead. In fact, hang on. Bear with me one second. I want to keep the wide shot because I want everybody to see the refrigerator kick in as well. So we got the refrigerator open. This happens. Murphy's Law, Lynn Murphy's Law, this is what happens. You know the best time to lose power? Never, not at any given moment in time is it a good time to lose power. It is the ifs and it's the whens, but do you have a plan for when this happens? I just turned my light on, I just turned my refrigerator on, I just turned my microwave on, and I'm not gonna unplug anything. I'm gonna walk right over here. I want you to see this. Now I'm gonna actually run my microwave. I'm gonna take food out of my refrigerator and I'm gonna cook with it. Can you do what I just did right now in your apartment, in your condo, in your house? Wherever you might live, in whatever type of home that you do live in, this is one of those things that you do want to be able to do, but we haven't been able to because options like this, although we've been around for 7 years, Lynn, I understand that for a lot of people who watch, this is the first time you've ever seen it, or you've been waiting for a value like we have right now today. It is the sweet spot. There is no other power station right now when it comes to our new Delta line, and our Delta 3. It is a more lighter weight and be able to continue to power 99% under 30 pounds and still power all of those different appliances. And we did it right here in the kitchen. So we can use that coffee maker, Lynn, and make that espresso or Nespresso. Use what we had with our Today Special yesterday with the Wolfgang air fryer. All those things we're using right now with our power station, not a generator, with our EcoFlow.
And you will never not be in the know either, Justin. That's the other thing I love, because of that display that on the front here that'll tell you, you know what, here's how much battery life you have still available for you. If you have the additional, and if you're getting the bundle, you're gonna get the solar panel. That's gonna even add more battery life. We even have additional panels that are available for you if you already have one of the EcoFlow systems. This is the Delta 3. This is the one we said is giving you the ultimate in power, because it will power up to 99% of things around your home when needed, as we were just showing you, up to a full-size refrigerator or whatever that may be, your emergency things such as oxygen, your CPAP, whatever, or again, just a small refrigerator or your regular refrigerator where you have medicines that need to be refrigerated. We're showing you the front and all the different USBs, all the different outlets and the ports that you have on here, which again, is fantastic. All you have to do, and it comes along with a car charger, it comes along with your AC outlet, so you get it home. Justin was saying, we talk about powerful, basically about 30 minutes, plug it in, and you're good to go.
Yeah, and here's the thing with that. Here's what's great. is because, you know, we never know that there's going to be a storm coming. And then in 30 minutes time, we can recharge it. Let me tell you, I use it in a different studio a lot for different lighting and so forth. When you forget to plug something in and recharge it, it's nice to know that it doesn't take 5 hours to be able to recharge this. And the same thing will go also not only for when we plug it in from our AC, for instance, like a wall or for a generator, but also from our solar. It's going to charge even faster that way as well. So knowing that I got the solar and or a generator or plugging it into the wall, all of these different options, and it will recharge from 0 to 80% in 30 minutes. No joke, Lynn. I don't know if you remember when we first started doing this. It was 0 to 80% and we'd say in about 56 minutes.
I do remember that.
It is now 0 to 100% in 56 minutes,
wild.
0 to 80% in 30 minutes. Your phone, I want you to think about how long it takes for your phone to recharge, let alone those little power banks. It takes hours to recharge, yet this will power up your whole entire, nearly your whole entire house and recharge in 56 minutes.
And Justin, all I do, take it out of the box?
So take it, here's what I recommend. You take it out of the box, and then I want you to...
We do have a lot of first-time shoppers right now, so I want to take you through the whole process because it's so easy.
Yeah, you take it out of the box. I want you to plug it in and start to recharge, and start to charge it all the way up to 100%. I want you to just have that full experience because I want you to see the overall quality of the product. I want you to get it out. I don't want you to sit there and just wait and leave it in the box and then we'll wait for something to happen. I want you to get it out of the box, plug it in, and just see how quickly it's going to recharge. I want you to see the quality of it too, because I know that's a little bit hard to translate over our camera and just to see how nice it is. It's so well designed. And then I want you to plug stuff in because I want you to then see, all right, well, how long can I run my refrigerator? How long can I run, for instance, my light and my fan and all of these different things that we're showing you right now, even in the kitchen right now, right? The light, the fan, the microwave. I want you to test it so that you feel confident in how to use it. And then I want you to do the next coolest thing, which is go connect your solar panel. And when you do that, and you get that solar panel outside and you plug it into your power station, you talk about peace of mind. There is no cooler and better feeling knowing, wow, I have something I probably never thought I would ever have in my whole entire life, let alone buying a solar panel. Now having a solar generator that I can power all these things and now have a way to recharge it for free via the sun. And this isn't free.
No, it's not, and you're lucky if you're able to get it, especially when there is some type of disaster happening, right? That's the first thing that ends up happening is like, oh my goodness, start running out of gas. Or in our case, we couldn't even get it. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. But here's your opportunity now, not just for those emergency situations. The wagon is included. This is genius. Have we ever done the wagon before?
We have never done this before.
It's so smart.
I spoke to EcoFlow today. I said, guys, this wagon is unbelievable. I've been using it for a few weeks. We literally just made it. It was truly engineered by our engineers, the same ones that make our power stations and solar panels. Love this. It's got a little case that you can actually go ahead and cover up your cover up the wagon. It will fold up just like this, completely flat. Of course, the handle will collapse. The wheels, though, are going to be rubber on the bottom, not plastic. So if you live in an apartment or condo, let me tell you what. Every neighbor knew when I was coming with my wagon because it was just the loudest wagon in the world. This one is built so much nicer than the one that I actually bought. In fact, I don't use that one anymore. I ended up throwing it away. This one is just so well designed. You've even got the cup holders right here on the very front. You've got the little bungee cords, and this will be where you will now be able to even house your power station. You can leave it in here, Lynn, pretty much the whole entire time if you wanted to. Just in case if you're thinking, I want to just put it in one place, give it the wheels, and then move it around the house with the wagon, then you could just use it that way too. Which
is perfect. And then if you are going camping, or we were saying going tailgating, or to a sporting event, or even, you know, to the kids' sporting events game, how cool would that? You know, you come out, it's hot out there, you can plug in a few fans. At the same time, you can power up your phone and just be comfortable.
Where's Lynn? She's got that EcoFlow thing with the fan.
You have more friends than you could ever imagine.
Trust me, you will.
And the other thing is whisper quiet, Justin. You know, it's funny, I'm standing in front of this big, you know, generator here, and that is one thing they are not. They're scary. A lot of times you have to be a scientist even to figure out how to turn it on, let alone going out in inclement weather and dealing with that, right?
Well, I was just, you know, when I look at this all the time, and I don't really call it out very often, but every square inch of the top of this, Lynn, is a warning label. Literally a warning label. There's the warning label on the gas can itself. Look, you have to be not only just kind of knowledgeable, you have to have been kind of using these before. You have to have some kind of, history of, how to use a generator, what to do. Because I'm telling you, when we think about when we're in emergency, the last thing we're going to be is, all right, step A, step 1A, step B, where's the gas? And then, did we put the oil in this thing? Did we run all the gas out of it? I don't remember. When's the last time we used it? 6 years ago. That's what ends up happening. Look, I actually, I had a neighbor of mine who, ex-military guy, a macho man. Hurricane season was coming around. This is a few years ago. And I saw him. He had taken the generator out of the garage. He had it in the front. He had it in his driveway. And he couldn't get it to run. It had been sitting for too long. The things that you just don't think about. You're like, I've got it. But then you go to use it, and it doesn't work. That's what happened to me with this. Even the pull crank. Now, this was a push-start generator. So I'm thinking, all right, well, I got the battery. I just press a button. I read the instructions. The battery on this is completely dead. It did flood, I will tell you that, because I didn't get this out. And then the pull crank.
Oh, it's not pulling?
Doesn't pull anymore. You talk about, you go to pull this with all your might, you feel like you rip your shoulder out. That's what happened to me. And then, of course, you got to store gas.
The gas, you have
so
to have
all of these things, why would we have this, Lynn, when we could just have our power station that we could literally have living right here in our wagon? Again, never had the wagon before, just like that. And then we can even have the extra battery. We could throw the solar panel in here as well.
Yeah,
we could throw the pool noodles and then the cooler in here. And the blender and the air fryer. I mean, you just talk about all the things you can now take with you. That's what's great about this.
And we're going to come back over here because I want to show everybody who is just tuning in. We do have that extra battery. In fact, we're giving that information right now up on the screen. It's $449. That's a great sale price.
Oh,
Normally, I think it's almost like $100 off today. So that also will qualify for no interest, no payments with your HSN charge card. We also have Flex Pay available on that. And why is it important? I know we don't have many of those batteries. They've been very popular in the day today. Why is it important to have that additional battery?
Like, I have, with all of my power stations, I take advantage. Not all of them are capable of this, though. And then this is the nice thing. Not all of our EcoFlows can you have an extra battery. I always take advantage of this, which is I always make sure that I have the extra battery so that I can just have that second tank of gas.
And that's all you have to do?
And so we'll, of course, I stack it because you can stack these. This is the first time that we actually have an extra battery that will stack when it comes to our smaller deltas. There's one little port right here on the back that you will have a cable. The cable, of course, does come included. And then you'll daisy chain these two together. Now, your power station has the batteries and an inverter. That's what is able to go ahead and power all of that output of power. Your extra battery is just the battery. So that's essentially allowing you to now double the time that you can run on everything, not doubling the cost, and it weighs significantly less than your power station too. In fact, it's a lot lighter. And then we've got the solar panel too, which is just another added extra value. But when you can see the way that they're stacked, this is how I have just a majority of mine, because you don't know. I mean, that's the thing. I didn't know that we'd be out of power for almost 3 weeks.
It was the craziest thing.
That's a big reminder even to me. Look, I'm the EcoFlow guy, but it's a reminder to me thinking, this is why I have all of the power stations and extra batteries. That one I had dedicated to my refrigerator. I had one that was going to be dedicated to in the bedroom for my portable air conditioning for me and for everybody in the household. I needed the fish tank to run. I needed something for my microwave. So you think you start here. And I will say this, and I think a lot of the new customers who come here, they get the bundle. I think the single, the reason why that still is very popular is because I think a lot of you who already own an EcoFlow
are getting it.
Come and get another one. And maybe you don't need the solar panel, but let me tell you, you're gonna want the extra solar panel because that will work across all of your power stations. And trust me when I tell you, you will want this wagon. I know it sounds ridiculous because we're talking about a power station, but you are going to want this wagon included too.
Because it is lightweight enough that it's not like it's, 50 pounds that, oh, I'm only gonna take it, once in a while if need it. No, this is when you go camping. This is when we were just showing a couple outside at a picnic, right? Making, or waking up from camping or whatever it is, making coffee. I mean, putting your skillet in. You can plug in, your air fryer that we had yesterday from Wolfgang, our Ninja, whatever it might be. It's just having that peace of mind.
I love when you go to the park and look, I'm going to sound a little bougie here for a second here. You go to the park and then they've got like the communal barbecue thing. Nobody ever cleans it. Nobody cleans out the old ash that was in there from all the different charcoal. Bring your air fryer. and now cook some wings out there. I mean, I'm telling you, this is what we do when we go tailgating. I've got a big flat top grill, and I use the Delta, and when we go tailgating, we're making grills, we're making shish kebabs, we're cooking and we're grilling out there. How many people stop us when they're walking past and say, what is that? And again, that's why I'm always reminding, a lot of people, you have never seen this. It's been 7 years, but you've maybe never seen this. This is something that is truly rivaling, you know, kind of, why do we need a generator anymore when there is another option, an option for a lot of us, which is just so much better than the alternative.
And you don't hear anything.
And you don't hear a thing.
Nothing.
All you hear is that. All you hear is the fan that's running. That's
That
it.
is true. Okay, and if you are just tuning in, please go online. I said this earlier. Check out the EcoFlow Delta 3. You're not going to find a price anywhere near this. It is the lowest price that we can possibly bring to you thanks to this incredible partnership with EcoFlow. This is what we call the Goldilocks because, again, you're not giving up any power. Up to 99% of all of your household items, it's most likely going to be able to power up for you. You're always in the know because it has that wonderful LED panel in the front. So I know when it's time, it's going to need some charging. I know what's charging and how much time. I love that because otherwise you're right. With the generator, you have no idea.
Well, this is one thing I don't have to talk about because I don't want people to think I need to download an app. You don't need to download an app. But if you don't want to consistently have to walk over, in fact, it was just showing you on his phone right there, perfect timing. If you don't want to constantly walk over to the power station to see the display, you can download an app and via its own Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, you can connect from your EcoFlow app from any phone and be able to control your power station, control the outlets, control the power output right from your phone.
Fantastic.
How amazing is that? So if you're upstairs and the power station's downstairs, you can still be able to see and see all of that. If you're reverse, if it's upstairs and you're downstairs, you can still be able to control it. It's just, again, an additional added value and feature that you get that just makes it so much nicer than a generator, which you're not going to be able to control remotely.
Right. Okay. I know we're going to put a clock up on the screen. This has been incredibly popular in the day-to-day. And think, as I said earlier, I really, truly mean this. It is the best investment you can make here at HSN. And you know what? They stand behind it. EcoFlow also offers a 5-year warranty. We have extended warranty plans that are also available for you. But this is going to be, you make this investment, it's years. I mean, this is peace of mind for years and years and years. This is not something, I mean, you might want to upgrade at some point, as a lot of people do, especially waiting for today's special because they already have one EcoFlow. And to Justin's part, you know, they do use that specifically for the refrigerator and say, hey, I want to get one for upstairs. I do have a portable air condition. How wonderful when you lose electricity in the summer here in Florida. Nothing worse, right? But yes, if you have your EcoFlow, you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, you can add on to it. You can ask about the additional power or the solar panels that are available, and don't be caught in the dark, literally.
Literally, and
right?
No joke, Lynn, we, Helen and I were doing a presentation with EcoFlow. We lost power in the studio here.
No way.
It was a massive storm that was coming through. We were like, we thought it was simulating it.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was really happening.
Well, it happens all the time, especially summer in Florida, right?
Well, summer in Florida, we got our afternoon storms, and they're not like little thunderstorms. They're massive thunderstorms.
I drove through one coming to work today.
That was a bad one.
It was terrible.
We could hear the thunder.
I almost had to pull over.
We just, like you said, it doesn't even have to be a storm. It could just be, and this is no joke. I wish I could pull up this one text that I got from the electric company saying, "You are one of 3 homes that are out of power." I'm like, I'm the one of 3 homes in my neighborhood. I had to be one of those, just because one tree went down. You just never know. It could be those just odd times, and it doesn't have to be for that type of reason. You know, a lot of times it's proactive. The grids are overrun with power. What we've seen in California, not only because it's overrun with power, but they're proactively shutting down a lot of the grids to prevent continuous fires. That's what's been causing a lot of these fires. And then even in New York, Sarah Anderson, talk about all the different stories. She was talking about when she was living in New York, and then summertime, and all of New York shut down because of power grid, and it's 100+ degrees in New York City, and you don't have an air conditioning unit in your apartment. How quickly it can go from feeling like it's 75 degrees in your house to like 105 degrees in your house, especially in Florida.
And all you want to do is plug in a fan, right?
That's what I mean. When it comes down to it, when you think, oh, it's a fan is nice. Let me tell you what, when it's 105 degrees in the house, a fan is not, Okay, a fan is a godsend. Yes.
Absolutely. And you have that opportunity here. We're just showing you again the portability. Yes, in the kitchen, you can go, I mean, that's a powerhouse. You put a blender in there.
A blender, and look, this could be a blender for a smoothie. It could be a blender for the fun drinks as well. We used to use this for the margarita maker out in the backyard.
Right.
I mean, it's not an
especially when you're going through stressful times. Look, it's nice to have a little margarita or something.
There's a reason why hurricane parties exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you sit back and you look and you say,
not much more you can do.
What are we going to do? I don't know. But at least if we can hunker down, we're going to hunker down comfortably and have something that we can have the fun creature comforts that we enjoy, like a margarita.
Right, exactly. And that's everywhere. We're not just talking, obviously, Florida. This is, we just mentioned New York. I mean, obviously, Minnesota, you get this terrible, terrible storms. Even up, you know, in Pennsylvania, when I lived up there, I can remember, oh, how many times, you know, ice would actually just get up on the grid or up on the lines.
Yeah.
And everything would just go black. It was terrible.
I lived in Minneapolis for 3 years.
Well, sure.
My generator was outside. We had about 3 feet of snow. If you walked outside, you would have no idea where the generator was.
Yeah.
And it was 30 below. I'm from Florida, okay? Keep that in mind. The last place I wanted to be was outside and 30 below and 3 feet of snow. I wanted to have my, EcoFlow didn't even exist then.
Yeah,
but I look back and say, now I would have definitely had my EcoFlow at the house.
And we have one set up in the bedroom. Like we said, if you have a CPAP or maybe you're on oxygen, it's just so nice having that peace of mind knowing, obviously, you can plug it in. It's going to tell you how much time. What is the average? Like if it's just
I will tell you with the CPAP machine in our Delta 3, it was giving me roughly about 16 to 18 hours.
Oh, well, still.
16 to 18 hours. Again, you could double that with the extra battery, but 16 to 18 hours, that's 2 nights of sleep right there.
Exactly.
And you're not going to only be using it, you're going to have your fan plugged in, you'll have your light plugged in, you'll have your phone charging as well. So you'll have all of the things that you truly need. And I love the fact that it is whisper quiet because then you'll be able to sleep through the night. And you'll have your CPAP machine and you'll actually wake up because your phone's going to actually be charged.
Exactly. So you can either just get the Delta 3 as our today's special, or of course the bundle, which includes the $165 wagon, which includes an additional solar panel, which is so fantastic. So that